Well, that storm has already been slamming Northern California. You see it here. Strong winds, rain, and a lot of snow. Becca Habiger is live for us in the Sierra and Placer County with a look at more on these dangerous conditions. Oh, Becca, the big snowfall just flew right into the camera.
Oh, yes. You know, that was my photojournalist, Barbara Bingley, wiping off the screen because we can't go 10 seconds without flakes falling on it and creating that kind of blurred picture. So please be patient if the picture's a little bit wet and windy, as you can see here. I'm along I-80 in the Sierra on the Yuba Gap exit. We've been here periodically throughout the day, and the conditions have only deteriorated, especially, of course, as the sun is setting. The wind is picking up. Very dangerous to be driving through this area right now. We were down at a gas station near Emigrant Gap earlier in the day where we talked with drivers who were off to all sorts of destinations.
This is my first time, so I practiced at home before.
Abraham Bruno started his day in San Francisco and is heading to South Lake Tahoe.
Yeah, just for fun. We planned this trip months ago, and then we were like, oh, there's not gonna be no snow.
He opted for the DIY method. But doing for others is chain installer Ken Bowles, working here on a semi-truck.
I'd rather do front-wheel drives. It's a lot easier. This is much harder work.
With a decade of chain installation under his belt, Bowles says this first snow of the season is fairly typical. Still,
it's pretty miserable. So you can see it's a little wet.
A little wet, sloppy, slippery, snowy, and windy, as you can see from these shots along I-80 at Yuba Gap in Nevada County. The perfect recipe for dangerous driving, especially if you're not used to this.
So I live in Florida, Virginia, Michigan, North Dakota. How's that?
So no snowy mountains in any of those spots. These four musicians are on a Christmas tour with their band, King's Brass.
Christmas and brass goes together, right?
They started their day in Santa Cruz and are heading to a concert this evening in Gardnerville, Nevada.
Coming up from Sacramento, nothing. It just all rained.
And a lot of wind.
A lot of wind, but I hear the other way there's a little snow.
Karen Salazar is driving today from Fresno to Boise, Idaho.
I mean, the rain in Sacramento, it was pretty bad. We saw a few cars flipped over.
She and her partner stopped to get winter supplies for their vehicles too, as Caltrans warns drivers who don't absolutely have to travel to stay home. Here's an example of why Caltrans is saying that it's bad enough to drive on these roads, but imagine getting stuck on them 5 miles east of where we're standing right now. Caltrans has announced they're going to be closing I-80 in both directions so that PG&E, our power company, can string a very important power line across the interstate. Earlier today, lines were down. They got them back up, but I think they need to make a repair. So for 1 to 2 hours, starting at 4:30, I-80 is going to be closed 5 miles from here. So folks do not want to be stuck on the interstate in conditions like this. Heather and Marcella?
You know, with the holidays, Christmas just a couple weeks away, it is pretty if you're not standing in it, reporting in it like you are, or driving in it. As far as how cold it is, how cold is it?
You know, it's pretty, I have to admit, I am a Minnesota girl, and I've lost my backbone, if you will, moving to California, but I can tell you I am shivering here. It's cold, and of course, as night comes, the temperature's only dropping. So again, if folks get stranded out here and they're stuck in their car waiting for this closure to reopen, they're running out of gas, this could get very dangerous. So folks should really stay off I-80 if they have any chance of, if they have the luxury of not having to travel this afternoon.
Yeah, for you and your photojournalist, Barbara, who's done a great job keeping that screen nice and clear for us.
Yes, drive safely home, Becca.